Welcome. Today, we embark on a journey to understand the vital concept of supporting ecosystem services and their crucial link to sustainability. Ecosystem services are the benefits that humans derive from nature, ranging from tangible goods like food and water to intangible benefits such as climate regulation and cultural inspiration. Among these, supporting ecosystem services form the foundation, enabling all other services to exist. While provisioning, regulating, and cultural services are directly enjoyed by people, supporting services work behind the scenes, maintaining the health and functionality of ecosystems. Let's explore how these unseen processes are essential for our well-being and the planet's future. Ecosystem services are the functions and products of ecosystems that contribute to human well-being. They are distinguished by their direct or indirect benefits to society. The Millennium Ecosystem Assessment classifies them into four categories: provisioning, regulating, cultural, and supporting. Supporting ecosystem services, unlike the others, are not directly consumed or enjoyed by people. Instead, they underpin all other services by maintaining the internal functions of ecosystem. Think of them as the backstage crew in a theater, making sure everything runs smoothly for the main performance. The idea of ecosystem services has evolved over decades. Early terms like environmental services and natural capital highlighted the benefits humans receive from nature. The term ecosystem services emerged in the 1980s and gained momentum in the 1990s, especially with the Millennium Ecosystem Assessment. Supporting ecosystem services were recognized as fundamental, generated by the biophysical structure and functions of ecosystem. These services support all other ecosystem services, making them indispensable for human society. Provisioning, regulating, and cultural services are directly used by humans. Supporting ecosystem services are not. They operate internally within ecosystems, making them harder to perceive as direct benefits. For example, it's easy to recognize wood from a tree as a service, but less obvious to see photosynthesis as a separate service. Supporting services are often seen as part of the final services people enjoy, blurring the lines between means and ends in ecosystem processes. Clarify the indirect nature of supporting ecosystem services. The UK National Ecosystem Assessment introduced the term intermediate ecosystem services. These are the processes that enable the production of direct benefits, such as provisioning, regulating, and cultural services. Intermediate services are essential links in the chain, operationalizing the flow from ecosystem processes to the goods and services valued by people. This two-step categorization helps distinguish between services directly used by humans and those that support them. Cascade model is a popular framework for understanding how ecosystem services flow from nature to society. It illustrates how ecosystem structures and processes generate functions, which then flow as services and ultimately become benefits for humans. Supporting ecosystem services are positioned at the base of this cascade, providing the foundation for all other services. This model helps clarify the vital linkages between ecological processes and human well-being. Imagine ecosystem services as a tree. The roots represent ecological processes, generating supporting ecosystem services that form the trunk. The trunk supports the canopy, which is made up of direct ecosystem services like provisioning, regulating, and cultural services. This metaphor highlights how supporting services bear the load of all other services, making them essential for the entire system's stability and productivity. Natural capital refers to the stock of materials or information within an ecosystem that produces value for people. It includes both ecosystem and non-ecosystem components, such as sunlight, minerals, and ocean waves. Ecosystem capital is a subset embedded in the biophysical infrastructure of ecosystems. The services we gain from natural capital are called nature's services, and those processed through ecosystems are ecosystem services. Recognizing this distinction helps us understand the flow from natural assets to societal benefits. Supporting ecosystem services have several defining characteristics. They are used by ecosystem units themselves, generated through natural processes without human input, and are intermediate in producing final ecosystem services. These services are not mutually exclusive from final services, meaning the same process can be both supporting and final depending on its use. Supporting services are also highly interrelated, forming a complex web of interactions within ecosystem. Primary production is the process by which inorganic compounds are converted into organic matter, mainly through photosynthesis and chemosynthesis. Plants use sunlight to fix carbon dioxide and water into organic compounds, providing the base for all life. This continuous supply of organic matter supports food webs and is the foundation for secondary productivity. Primary production is a key supporting ecosystem service, enabling the existence of all other services. Secondary production refers to the biomass produced by living organisms using the energy from primary production. Animals consume plants and other organisms, converting organic matter into tissues and energy. This process supports further productivity and influences biodiversity dynamics. Secondary production is essential for the transfer of energy through food chains and supports provisioning services like food. Biodiversity encompasses the variety of genes, species, populations, communities, and ecosystems. It forms the biophysical structure that provides habitat for all living organisms. Biodiversity is fundamental to ecosystem functioning, enabling processes like primary and secondary production, nutrient cycling, and habitat formation. Without biodiversity, ecosystems would not exist, making it a core supporting service. Water is not generated by ecosystems, but is filtered, retained, and redistributed by them. Ecosystems play a crucial role in the hydrological cycle, supporting life by providing water for ecological processes. Water is a supporting service when used by biodiversity for various functions. It becomes a provisioning service when directly consumed by people and a regulating service when it helps maintain natural irrigation, drainage, and flood buffering. Genetic resources refer to the variety of genes within and between species and populations. This genetic diversity is vital for species adaptation, survival, and evolution. Genetic resources support biodiversity by enabling the development of new breeds and varieties, improving resilience to environmental changes and diseases. They are a key supporting service, facilitating the ongoing renewal and adaptation of life. Soil formation is a slow process involving the breakdown of rocks and the mineralization of organic matter. Ecosystems facilitate soil formation and retention, creating fertile ground for plants. Vegetation intercepts rainfall, preventing erosion, while roots stabilize the soil. Healthy soils are essential for primary productivity and agricultural sustainability, making soil processes a vital supporting ecosystem service. Ecosystems play a key role in cycling nutrients like nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium. Processes such as nitrogen fixation, decomposition, and mineralization ensure a continuous supply of essential elements for plant growth. Nutrient cycling supports primary productivity and maintains soil fertility, making it a cornerstone of ecosystem health and sustainability. Oxygen is produced through photosynthesis, a process carried out by plants and some bacteria. This continuous renewal of atmospheric oxygen is vital for the survival of most living organisms. When oxygen is used by other ecosystem components, photosynthesis acts as a supporting service. If humans directly consume oxygen, it becomes a provisioning service, and if they enjoy clean air, it's a regulating service. Pollination is an ecological process essential for the reproduction of many plant species. Wild pollinators, such as bees and butterflies, play a crucial role in maintaining plant diversity and productivity. Without pollination, many crops and wild plants would fail to reproduce, making it a key supporting service for both natural and cultivated ecosystems. Ecosystems provide habitats for plants and animals, serving as breeding, foraging, and nursery grounds. Healthy habitats are necessary for the conservation of biological and genetic diversity. The maintenance of habitats is a prerequisite for the provision of all other ecosystem services, both direct and indirect. Supporting ecosystem services do not operate in isolation. They are part of a complex network of physical, chemical, and biological interactions. For example, water, nutrients, and biodiversity all play supporting roles to primary production. These services are interdependent, and their combined effects sustain ecosystem health and productivity. Recognition of supporting ecosystem services is highly context-dependent. Societies may value different services based on their needs, knowledge, and cultural perspectives. For instance, carbon sequestration was not always recognized as a service until climate change became a societal concern. This context dependency highlights the importance of societal awareness in managing ecosystem services sustainably. Different ecosystems provide varying levels of supporting services. Forests, grasslands, wetlands, and marine systems each contribute uniquely to habitat provision, soil formation, water cycling, and nutrient cycling. The importance of each service depends on the ecosystem type and its specific characteristics. Understanding these differences is key to effective conservation and management. Valuing supporting ecosystem services economically is challenging because their benefits are indirect and often long-term. Unlike direct services, supporting services do not produce immediate tangible products. This makes it difficult to assign a market value, leading to their exclusion from many economic assessments. However, their importance for sustainability cannot be overstated. Including supporting ecosystem services in economic assessments can lead to double counting of benefits. Since these services are inputs for other direct services, counting both can inflate the perceived value of ecosystems. To avoid this, many frameworks exclude supporting services from economic valuation, focusing instead on final services. Despite valuation challenges, monitoring supporting ecosystem services is essential for sustainability. Indicators like groundwater recharge, net primary productivity, and pollination rates can help track the health of supporting services. These metrics provide early warnings of ecosystem decline, allowing for timely management interventions. Supporting ecosystem services are the foundation for life on Earth. They provide the basic infrastructure for survival, enabling the existence of all other ecosystem services. By sustaining life, they are directly linked to human well-being and the ultimate goal of sustainable development. Without healthy supporting services, human society would struggle to thrive. Ecosystem service potential refers to the capacity of an ecosystem to provide supporting services. This potential is determined by the ecosystem's structure and processes, independent of societal recognition. Maintaining this potential is crucial for ensuring the continued flow of ecosystem services, even as societal demands change over time. Not all ecosystem service potential is recognized by society. Only those services that are valued or needed by people are acknowledged and managed. Societal recognition can shift over time, influenced by changes in demography, economy, technology, and environmental awareness. This dynamic relationship shapes how supporting services are prioritized and protected. Sustainable development relies on the renewability of natural resources, with supporting ecosystem services at its core. These services ensure the ongoing productivity and resilience of ecosystems, enabling economic development without depleting natural capital. Recognizing and managing supporting services is essential for achieving long-term sustainability. United Nations Sustainable Development Goal 15, Life on Land, emphasizes the protection, restoration, and sustainable use of terrestrial ecosystems. Supporting ecosystem services are closely linked to SDG 15 targets, including habitat conservation, biodiversity protection, and sustainable forest management. These connections highlight the global importance of supporting services for achieving sustainability goals. Several SDG 15 indicators are directly linked to supporting ecosystem services. These include measures of protected area coverage, mountain green cover, forest area, and the Red List Index for biodiversity. Monitoring these indicators helps track progress towards sustainability and highlights the need for ongoing support of ecosystem functions. Despite their importance, objective assessment of supporting ecosystem services remains underdeveloped. Terminology debates and the difficulty of distinguishing supporting from direct services have slowed progress. Additionally, the lack of measurable assessment systems hampers effective monitoring and management. Prevent double counting in economic analyses. Supporting ecosystem services are often excluded from valuation frameworks. However, this exclusion can lead to underappreciation of their role in sustaining other services. Balancing accurate valuation with recognition of supporting services is a key challenge for policymakers and researchers. Ecologists and environmental economists must collaborate to develop protocols for valuing supporting ecosystem services. By combining ecological understanding with economic tools, it's possible to create more comprehensive assessment systems. These efforts will help ensure that supporting services are properly recognized and managed for sustainability. Developing effective monitoring protocols for supporting ecosystem services is essential for sustainability. These protocols should track indicators like primary productivity, soil formation, and pollination rates. By monitoring these services, we can detect early signs of ecosystem decline and take action to maintain ecosystem health. Supporting ecosystem services enhance the resilience of ecosystems, enabling them to recover from disturbances and adapt to changes. Resilient ecosystems are better able to provide continuous benefits to society, even in the face of environmental challenges. Maintaining supporting services is thus critical for long-term sustainability. Recognizing and managing supporting ecosystem services has important policy implications. Policymakers must ensure that conservation efforts address not only direct services but also the underlying processes that sustain them. Integrating supporting services into policy frameworks will help safeguard ecosystem health and human well-being. There is a pressing need for further research on supporting ecosystem services. This includes developing better assessment methods, understanding their interrelations, and finding ways to value them appropriately. Advancing research will help bridge the gap between ecological science and practical management. Forests are prime examples of ecosystems providing a wide range of supporting services. They facilitate soil formation, nutrient cycling, water retention, and habitat provision. These processes support biodiversity and enable forests to deliver direct services like timber, food, and recreation. Protecting forest supporting services is vital for their long-term productivity. Wetlands provide essential supporting services such as water filtration, nutrient cycling, and habitat for diverse species. These services underpin the wetland's ability to regulate floods, purify water, and support fisheries. Conserving wetlands requires attention to these supporting processes, not just the visible benefits. In agricultural landscapes, supporting services like soil formation, pollination, and nutrient cycling are crucial for crop productivity. These processes maintain soil fertility, enhance yields, and reduce the need for chemical inputs. Sustainable agriculture depends on the health of these supporting services. Marine ecosystems offer supporting services such as primary production by phytoplankton, nutrient cycling, and habitat for fish and other marine life. These processes support fisheries, carbon sequestration, and coastal protection. Healthy marine supporting services are essential for ocean sustainability. Even urban environments benefit from supporting ecosystem services. Green spaces facilitate soil formation, water retention, and pollination, contributing to urban biodiversity and climate regulation. Integrating supporting services into urban planning enhances city resilience and livability. Supporting ecosystem services are the unsung heroes of nature, providing the foundation for all other ecosystem benefits. They are essential for ecosystem health, human well-being, and sustainable development. Recognizing, monitoring, and managing these services is crucial for a sustainable future. As we move forward, let's ensure that supporting services receive the attention they deserve in both policy and practice. Journey to sustainability depends on our ability to value and protect supporting ecosystem services. By fostering collaboration, advancing research, and integrating these services into decision-making, we can build a resilient and thriving planet for generations to come. Thank you for joining us on this exploration of supporting ecosystem services and their vital role in sustaining life.